Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. In this video we will discuss about physical data guard Oracle 9c. Before starting, please subscribe if you still not subscribe, because if you will subscribe you will be notified for the latest videos and you can learn new things with us. So we will start. Configure physical data guard. Step by step to configure 19C data guard physical standby. The environment is single instance database. You can see the environment detail, database name, standby database name, unique name. The main thing is database name can be same or should be same, but unique name must be different. For standby, as you can see here, I mentioned as a standby STBY. You can write anything as you like. IP definitely need to be different, and version should be same. OS version should be same. Change archive log mode and force logging mode on primary database. It is compulsory when you are going to make physical standby. This is compulsory that archive log mode should be on and force logging mode should be on. So how we can do that? So export, we first as we are discussing about Linux environment, so first we will export Oracle SID. For example, I make SID also as a prim for primary, so by name we can know that it will be easy for you to understand that this is, we are talking about primary database. So we will log in first with SQL Plus as a sysdba. Then we assume that database is down. If it is not down, then we have to make it down, because to enable archive log you cannot enable while database is up and working. So we will mount the database with the command start mount and then alter database archive log. This command is to enable the archive log mode, and then alter database force logging. Here I will mention one thing, that before making this command alter database archive log, you can define archive log destination 1 parameter to store the files on your specified location. So after force logging enable, we will open the database, and for that we will run alter database open command. Select force logging log mode from $database to see that force logging and archive log is on. Or you can write also archive log list command to see if archive log is enabled. It will show you. Adding redo log file for standby database. Again we will export. If we are already closed our session, then we will log into Linux again and we will export our Oracle SID. In that case you don't need to export if you have defined your parameters in bash profile file. You know that bash underscore profile. If you have defined parameters there, then you don't need to export. Otherwise you have to export the Oracle SID equals prim. Now log into database and run the command to add the standby log file. So for that you can see the command alter database add standby log file group, which the latest group is available. You cannot repeat the existing group, or not recommended to repeat the existing group. Group 4, then path file name dot log size, and mention the size 50 MB. No need to make huge file here. You can add 2 more files by running the same command like this. Each time you can change the group, like for next time you will run group 5, size will be same. If size is same for each file, it is good for the performance. Now you can see the files created by the following command. Select group hash, thread hash, sequence hash, archived, status from v $standby_log. So here you can see the archives are, the log files are created and their status is unassigned yet. Now it's the time to define the network entry in primary and standby. So we need to define in both data servers because both are physical. So in both servers we need to define TNS names entry and listener entry properly. You can see here in TNS entry you need to define prim for primary database, its service name, its IP, as a host and port should be okay, and standby as a STBY with the correct values. In listener you can define as mentioned here. So this is listener, global DB name, prim, and then both databases are defined. Now changing parameters in primary database. Which parameter needs to be changed in primary database? First of all, log archive config parameter will be changed, and then log archive destination 1, as I mentioned earlier. Before making archive on, we can change that. Then destination 2 will also be defined because this will be standby location. Then fall server we will define and fall client we will define. So you can see the commands. Alter system set will be used to set all the parameters, all these parameters. Log archive config equals, as you can see the command here, dg_config equals prim, standby. Here you must define before primary name and then standby, and scope will be both, so it will got immediate effect. Alter system set log archive destination 1. Destination 1 you will define as a location equals use db recovery file dest, or you can mention here complete path where you want to save the archive files. Valid for all _log files, all roles, db unique name equals primary, whatever primary db unique name mentioned here. Scope both will be immediate impact. If you don't want to apply immediately, you must mention scope equals sp file, and my suggestion is that you must define scope sp file for all the parameters. Once standby also ready, then you can just restart the database and all these parameters got affected immediately. So as you can see, you can define log archive dest 2. In this you will mention service equals stby, same service which we created in TNS name files. It should be same. And before mentioning here, it's better if you check with by TNS ping that it's pinging or no. And you will mention valid for online log files, primary role, db unique name is equal to standby, and scope is both written here, so you can mention sp file. Alter system set fall server equals standby, scope equals both, and fall client you will mention as a primary, scope equals both. Alter system set standby file management equals auto, standby file management equals auto, scope here also if you want you can make both or sp file. Standby file management auto is very beneficial, so you don't have to take care about the files. Standby will automatically taking care of the file same as the primary, and whenever you will add any file in the database, data file or any change in the database, it will got automatically impacted on standby because you mentioned here auto. If you didn't mention here auto, if you mention manual, then you have to create file manually on standby, or whatever change you are doing in primary, you have to do it manually on the standby. Password file creation. Copy the remote login password file from the primary database server to Oracle Home /DBS directory on the standby database server. So command is mentioned there for Linux. It's SCP. You can use SCP or you can use FTP, whatever you like or whatever is easy for you. You can do that. SCP command is written there. You can mention like SCP file name and then user @IP of the standby and then Oracle Home /DBS. So file will be copied there. Now rename password file to Ora PW STDBY because its name is for primary, so you change it with the standby. Basically you have to mention here STBY like Ora PW STBY. So in place of STBY it's standby service name or SID name. Changing parameter in standby database. In the Oracle Home DBS directory of the standby system, create an initialization parameter file named init stby.ora. I hope you know already that init files are basically containing the SID name. So init stby.ora is an example of that, containing a single parameter db_name equals primary, whatever SID for primary. So now with the vim command you can edit the file and you can type this command db_name there. Creating directory structure in standby. Now you have to create all the directory structures same as primary. It should not be different. If it is different, then your work will increase a lot, because then you have to mention the files there, the paths there which are different. So it is a complete lengthy work then. So it's better, it's 100% recommended to have same file paths. So go in the admin directory and you can make mkdir with the name of standby SID. Okay, so again you can make cd dump a dump folder in the admin, and then you can go in now you need to start the standby database using parameter file. So I'm going in that folder where parameter file exists. Otherwise you have to mention the path where parameter file exists or where you have created that. So you can see we log into SQL Plus and then startup p file equals, because we are already in that path, so no need to mention the path with the file. So here I just mentioned the name of init file, no mount because right now file is having nothing inside, so it must be with no mount. So Oracle will show messages like on instance started and 2-3 more messages. Then we need to connect to RMAN and we will export Oracle SID primary. We will be on primary database here, and then we will start RMAN target. Even with slash it will work, but you can mention like sys/password and @ or no need to mention @ if you are already exported Oracle SID. Auxiliary sys/password at standby. In this standby stby should be same as in the TNS names file for the standby. Now system will show you, RMAN will show you the messages like it is connected to target database, connected to auxiliaries database standby, not mounted. It will show you it is not mounted. Now this is the rman script to use active duplicate method. Means active duplicate means primary database is running, is available for users to work, and also it is duplicating on the standby. So in the rman, I will not teach here rman completely, like I will just show you the commands. Like in rman script, first we need to allocate some channels to make our work faster. So I mentioned here 4 channels: allocate channel, P1, any name you can mention here, type disk, P2, 3, 4, allocate auxiliary channel also, any name you can mention, S1 like type disk, duplicate target database for standby from active database. This is the important command. And then sp file parameter underscore value underscore convert prim comma standby, means it will automatically convert prim with the standby. Set db underscore name prim, set db unique name standby, set db file name convert from this to that. You can see like prim here, and then we are replacing it with standby. So if your path is totally different, then you have to change all the path. That's why I was mentioning there that path should be same. Log file name convert also here you will mention, because prim and stby will be changed. So important parameters are we are setting here while duplicating target database. So set control files also we will mention where control files will be created. Set log archive max processes, fall client, fall server, standby file management auto is important. Set log archive config is dg config prim standby. Set compatible, we can mention here compatible. Set memory target, it is not compulsory, you can remove that. No file name check. No file name check is important because it will not check the file names, means with paths 100% should be same, otherwise it will check and give errors. So no file name check is also compulsory. Then this rman script is complete and it will start working. It will show you a long messages, long list of messages, and it will show you with detail that every step has been done. All files you can see in the messages that files has been created there and or copied there like. So during this process your network should not be dropped, your connection should be okay, everything should be working properly. Now we will connect to standby database. On standby database we will export Oracle SID STBY SQL plus. We will connect to SQL plus and then we will run command alter database recover managed standby database disconnect. No delay. Even if you don't mention no delay, it will work properly. So disconnect means standby database is in recovery mode automatically and it will manage automatically, and your cursor will be back with the message database altered. So any new file will come, it will automatically recover and managed by standby database because of this command. Now we can see what is happening and how many are recovered after some time, after 30 minutes or 1 hour or 2 hours. Or you can go on primary database and you can run command alter systems or switch log file. So you can switch log files 2-3 times and you can then come back to standby and you can run this command select sequence hash first time next time applied from v $archived underscore log order by sequence number. So you can see how many files are copied from there and applied to the standby. If any file is still not applied, the applied status will be no. So you can see from here immediate impact, and remember that connection should be okay with between the primary and standby. Otherwise, if files are not getting copied on standby, then they will pile up in primary, because after that you have to write some script which will manage that files who are already copied and applied on the standby. No, they can be moved to some other hard drive, or they can be removed from primary database to save the space. That script you have to write by yourself. I can mention in any other video if you want to write that script for you and to guide you how you can write that script. You can see another command to check the difference between the primary and standby. You can see, you can type the command same as it is. It is a simple command. One select we write for archive, one select we write for applied, and then you can see the difference by minusing them, their numbers. I hope this is useful for you. Thank you for listening. And it was not that difficult, but if you will not follow the script properly and you make mistakes in defining the parameters, then definitely you will suffer a lot, because when errors will come, you will not be able to find easily where is the problem. So I will recommend that whenever you are ready to run these scripts, these preparing physical standby database, you should be active, you should be fresh, and you should be careful by typing the commands, that there will be no mistake. Thank you for listening. We will meet again in any other new video. Till then, bye bye, Allah Hafiz, but don't forget to subscribe. Thank you.